Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Celine Driver coming to you once again with another unboxing and review of a watch that is mine. And oh, what a watch this is. As all of you probably know, or if you don't know, you can look through my video history and take a look. I am a shameless Zelos fanboy. I've owned well over 100 different Zelos watches over the course of my watch buying and selling and trading and collecting. A good number of those have been sold off or traded away to fund other purchases, other Zelos purchases in most cases. I have a pretty good Zelos collection, as some of you probably know. But there are several watches in the Zelos catalog that have eluded me thus far. A first generation Hammerhead with the titanium Damascus case, for example. A titanium Damascus Starfighter with the aventurine dial. That's another one I'm going to chase. The one that will probably take the longest to chase down, a tantalum swordfish. There are only 5 of those in the world, and honestly, I don't know where any of them are. But there was one watch which came out in 2020 that is the Halo watch. Dare I call it the ultimate Zelos watch. And that is the Mirage Tourbillon. The first generation Mirage. The one that preceded the current Mirage 8-day. Or the Mirage 2, if you will. There were only 11 of them in total. I got the production numbers from the Zelos website. There were 3 made in the, I'm going to butcher this name, the Magumi Game. I don't know what that means. It's a copper alloy. 3 of those. 2 in titanium with PVD coated bridges. 1 silver titanium, and I'm pretty sure that one belongs to Elshin. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. 3 made with the blue titanium Damascus heat treated, and 2 in the yellow titanium Damascus heat treat, for a total of 11. These watches originally came out in 2020, and they were expensive. They were well over $10,000 a piece. I think some of them were even near $12,000 a piece. They were not possible for me to purchase at that time. I had other obligations. I didn't have the funds at the time. I did not buy one. I think they all sold. I think the 10 that were put up for sale were sold out in about 1 minute. But skip forward to summer of 2024, and a gentleman who goes by the name of Ken Don in the Zelos Timekeeper group, and he did give me permission to use his Facebook name, made a decision, and he's the only one I know of that had one for sale. I think this is the first time a Mirage Tourbillon has ever gone up for sale since 2020. I'm not sure of that, but it's the only one I know of. And this is the only video that I can find of one of these watches. He made the decision that he was going to sell his Mirage Tourbillon. And we talked, he contacted me, and I said absolutely. He was currently not, at the time, not in country. He was elsewhere. The shipping from that place was going to be idiotic at best and probably take 3 months at worst and not be trustworthy. So he and I worked it out where the next time he was in the United States, he would sell me the watch. That happened. And I have it right over here in a very unique Zingana wood box. And I realize it's been 5.5 minutes since I started this video and I haven't even shown the watch yet. I'm sorry, not sorry about that. Inside this beautiful wood box is, in my opinion, the ultimate Zelos. The Mirage Tourbillon. This one is one of the yellow Timascus heat treat tourbillons. Let me get it out of the box. And on camera, where it belongs. And that is a big box. Let me get that out of the way. Oh, and there's also something over here, which I'll get to in a minute. And if we could get the camera to focus, there we go. There is the Zelos Mirage Tourbillon. I believe this is the first time that one of these watches has been made into a video. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but couldn't find one, and I looked. Now, titanium Damascus is basically the term Damascus refers to the folding and shaping of the metal to create the unique striation pattern in the metal. So, there may be, say, let's take the one of the titanium Damascus starfighters. There's 25 of those with the meteorite dial and 25 with the aventurine dial. So there might be 50 watches out there floating around, but each pattern is unique. So each watch is in and of itself a one of one with respect to the case pattern. And the heat treat that Elshin puts on these watches, he told me he treats the yellow ones at 350 degrees Celsius, the blue ones at 500 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. You can Google that. But it does create the yellow pattern with some hints, depending on how the light hits it, you can see some hints of purple in there as well. The watch is on a custom strap with a custom heat-treated buckle. Now, Ken told me that he got permission from Elshin to create this buckle, which is unique to this watch. And it does give the watch a very unique look. And I think his wrist is bigger than mine, because when I put this strap on, when I put this watch on with this strap, I use this hole right here, and that's almost at the end. So I think he's a little bigger than I am. Now, before we get to that, we do have, and you guys might recognize this case if you own a Mirage 8-day. It does come with this satchel, briefcase, whatever you want to call it, which I'll show there. And this makes a very nice traveling case for, if you have more than multiple watches you're traveling with. It has 8 of these pockets. There are 5. I'm sorry, 2, 4, 10. Sorry, not 8, 10. I can't add. And in this one is, of course, the Zelos card. And you can see this is a Mirage Tourbillon purchased in June of 2020. So this watch is 4 years old. And inside there, he included other straps, a tropical rubber strap, which I will never use, a black leather strap, which is a Horween strap. I believe this was the factory strap, with a yellow buckle and a brown Horween leather, which would go nicely with the yellow strap, I would think. But yeah, that's nice. And it zippers up the sides to secure the sides. But just look at this watch. It's beautiful skeleton case movement, Le Jouperet movement. This was a number of firsts for Zelos. It was obviously their most expensive Zelos up to that point, and is still the most expensive Zelos ever made. First use of a tourbillon, only use of a tourbillon. The first use of a Le Jouperet movement. Just a beautiful, beautiful watch. Like I call it, to me, this is the ultimate Zelos watch. Let me zoom in on the dial so you can see the train of wheels, the tourbillon, which acts as a constant second, the skeletonized mainspring barrel, the keyless works. On the back side, you can see the custom click wheel, or ratchet wheel, I should say. Sorry, the springs. You can better see the train of wheels. You can see the tourbillon is basically the balance for the watch. And if you're wondering what is a tourbillon is basically was created way back in the 1800s, I believe it was, because as watches and timekeeping devices move around on your wrist, whether it's oriented like this or like this or like this or like, however, it does change. Gravity does have an effect on how the balance wheel moves, and therefore affects the accuracy of the watch. The tourbillon was created so that you could counteract the effects of watch orientation versus gravity, and have and keep the accuracy of the watch as high as possible. Now, back then, obviously they were working with inferior materials and inferior techniques, and a tourbillon was necessary for high accuracy. In today's world, the tourbillon is more, showboating, quite frankly. But what a showboat. Now, which part of the tourbillon indicates the second hand, quote unquote? I'm thinking that little part right there that's moving along. I'm pretty sure that's the kind of the second hand. Or maybe it's the bridge piece right in between that little part of the V and that little part of the V. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure it matters. All I know is this watch, once I set it and wound it up, is running very accurately. Comparing it to, say, my cell phone or the clock on my iMac. Signed crown, little speck of purple there from the heat treat. It is the ultimate Zelos to me. Now, other people may argue there are other Zelos watches that are more desirable. I don't believe them, but to me, this was the ultimate Zelos Grail Watch. That's not to say that I don't have currently, as it sits, 4 other Grail Zelos watches that I want to chase. But this was the one that I chased the longest. And thanks to Ken, it's mine. I don't know who owns the other. I know who owns one, and that's Elshin. And I know for a fact that despite constant nagging from me, he ain't selling his. I mean, he wore his to his wedding, for God's sake. He's not selling. I don't know who owns the other 9. I have a sneaking idea of one person might own one of them, but he's never admitted to it in public, and I'm not going to say that person's name because I don't know. Anyway, let's see. This is now I had to measure all the measurements for the watch because the website didn't have any of them. So the case diameter is 40.7 millimeters, so almost 41 millimeter in diameter. 44.3 millimeter on the tip to tip. 20 millimeter lug. 11.5 millimeter thick to a flat sapphire crystal. Sapphire on top and on the bottom, as you would suspect. I'm going to give you a wrist shot. And please, Lord, don't let me drop it. There we go. Cinch it down. Get it in the keepers. I don't think Ken wore this watch very much. This strap, despite being years old, I don't know exactly how old, let's say 3 years minimum, is very stiff. There you go. There's the watch on my, let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. There's my watch on my 7¼ inch wrist. As I said, I'm almost at the end of the strap in terms of using the hole. But I mean, normally I probably wouldn't wear a strap with this much watch tail, strap tail on the end of it. I mean, that's a lot. But I love the way this looks. It looks like antique wood with a slight contrast stitching. It just blends with this watch so well. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't think I can find a better strap for it. It's beautiful. And I cannot thank Kevin enough. I mean, he got something out of it too. Obviously, he got a good payout. And he had his reasons for selling this watch, and I understand his reasons. Believe me, I do. I cannot get that. There we go. But his loss, my gain, right? Or you could think of it as my loss, his gain. Beautiful watch. I now own, in my mind, the ultimate Zelos watch. There are only 11 out there. None of them have ever come up for sale that I know of. Now, if somebody knows of another one that came up for sale, comment down below and let me know I'm wrong. But as far as I know, nobody's ever sold one of these before. And I don't think they're going to come up for sale very often. They are just that damn good. And that is, that's all I got to say. I mean, I am so happy to own this beautiful piece of Zelos history. And this one stays in the collection for as long as I'm able to keep it. So don't email me about selling it. I just bought it, and it's never going up for sale. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it to be entertaining, enjoyable, fascinating. I'm fascinated by this watch. I really am. If you did enjoy this video, please click that thumbs up button for me. It does help with the YouTube search algorithms, helps bring people to the channel. comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to try to insult me, you are going to try to troll me, or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I'm simply going to delete the comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm glad you found the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will take the opportunity to watch many videos. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Please feel free to watch as many as you want. All I ask in return, if you're new or you've been here before but you haven't done so, please click that subscribe button. Help me grow this channel out. Don't forget to click the bell icon too, so that when I upload new material, you will be alerted. And as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there. It is not getting any less crazy. So please be careful out there. Stay safe. Be well. See you soon.